Good. Good day, everybody, and welcome to the VectorVest International User Group Forum. It is Saturday, October 4th, 2025. Great to see everybody out there. As everybody knows, this is broadcast live on the VectorVest YouTube channel. So please make sure your computer speakers are turned on so you can hear the audio portions, and you will be able to catch the recording shortly after the webinar is finished. All right, let's just check and see where we've got people coming in from today. This is the International Forum, so I see we've got Sarah, there's Badger, Erwin from sunny Regina, Saskatchewan. There's that Blaine guy down in Cancun, Mexico, making everybody jealous of the plus 32 degrees and cooling down over an iced tea while I'm pretty sure Irwin's trying to grab a hot coffee. Oh, yeah, he mentions that in there. We've got Jerome from Naples, Florida, Bernie from Chesapeake, Virginia. There's Henry from Milwaukee. Alan, I'm pretty sure Alan's from the land down under. Yes, Melbourne, Australia. There's Stuart from Calgary. Hey, Haas, good to see you. The Jay from the Ottawa area. Roger, New York. Looks like Charleston, South Carolina for Fla Sunset. We've got Adrius from the Netherlands. Bill, good to see Bill from Minnesota. Haven't seen you since the Tampa 2-day, Bill. There's Stephen from Chattanooga, Tennessee. We've got Pamela from Wine Country, British Columbia. So once again, there's Tabula, Thomas from Mississauga. What do we have? Robert from Reno, Nevada. Robert, were you able to make the Las Vegas event? There's Mark from Brooklyn. We've got Charleston, South Carolina with Nick. We've also got South Carolina with Sherry, and there's Umberto. Okay, so we got everybody in there, and Alberta is Belgium, so truly international flavor there. We have a packed show for you, so we're going to have to get things moving. So sorry if I did miss anybody in there. I'm going to advance the slides, and here is the risk disclaimer. So as everybody knows, there is risk in investing. So everything you will see in here today is provided for educational purposes only and should never be considered as investment advice. The information is designed to empower you to make your own investment decisions, and these decisions are yours and yours alone to make. All right, so we have the risk disclaimer out of the way. Here is the agenda for today. It's been changed up a little bit, folks. We're doing the welcome right now. My pleasure once again to be able to host this forum. We'll be doing the global market review right after the welcome. And then I'm joined by none other than Mr. Jerry D'Ambrosio, Manager of Educational Content at VectorVest, doing the keynote presentation entitled Sorting for Success, Finding Tomorrow's Leaders Today. Of course, that's what we all want to do, find those leaders of tomorrow as soon as possible, and VectorVest is very good at doing that. And then you can see at 11:55, we have a special presentation. It's entitled The Future of Stock Market Guidance at VectorVest, and that'll be a video presented with Paul McCann, VP of Research Design. We'll have a Q&A after that. Jerry will be talking about a few other special things before we adjourn somewhere around the 12:30 hour. All right, as I mentioned previously, replay will be available on the VectorVest YouTube channel shortly after the webinar is done. All right, so with all of that said, let's get right into it. We'll start with the global market review. And we're going to start. There's Canada there. You can see the color guard. And you're going to see the same thing across the board here, folks. What do you see in the Canadian color guard? Well, lack of any red lights. All right. And you can see they're sporting 4 green lights in a row, but not only green lights, RT Kicker Combo confirmed green lights to boot. All right. So Everything pumping across the board here. You can see market time engaged needle 3 ticks into the green. Guidance that reads the color guard is bullish. VectorVest advocates buying safe, undervalued stocks that are rising in price at this time. Pretty good bump on the BSR, up to 3.10. The only cautionary tale that we have to tell here is the elevated level of the MTI. The Canadian MTI is considered at toppy levels from 1.20 to 1.30 and above, and we've been well above those levels for quite some time, and very elevated when we get to 1.51. Now, the interesting thing, the last 2 weeks, Mr. Don Reitzma has written essays talking about the elevated or extreme levels of the MTI. So if you haven't had a chance, you can check some of those out. But elevated levels definitely, and even when we had a bit of a pullback, the Canadian MTI stayed above the 1.20 level. All right, but we are in an up situation, short-term uptrend in an underlying uptrend. And if we take a look, there you can see what the Canadian VectorVest Composite has done year to date, 14.74%. And you can see that all of our proprietary market timing signals green, and some of them have been green for quite some time. The confirmed call since the 2nd of May, the DEW up since the 28th of April, green light buyer and primary wave both turned back up on the 30th of September. All right, moving on to the US. Looks a little familiar, folks. You can see market time engaged needle, 3 ticks into the green, same guidance. And you can see that we've seen 3 green lights across the board for the last 2 sessions. BSR expanded out quite nicely from Thursday to Friday. MTI at 1.34 hasn't got back to toppy levels in the US market, which are the 1.50 to 1.60 and above levels. They also are in an up situation. All right, year to date, very respectable 11.03%. And there you can see nothing but green in the market timing indicators there as well. Not quite as long running as, at least for some of them, as you see on the Canadian side, but the confirmed calls have been up since the 22nd of August, the DEW since the 12th of August, and you can see the green light buyer and the primary wave turn back up on the 1st of October. Here's a roundup of all the VectorVest nations. So you can see September, not too bad. You can see Canada coming in September, 2.35%, the US at 1.77, Australia at 1.21, and the European Union at 2.06. And then you can see we've already hit Canadian and US year-to-date numbers. You can see Australia in there at 10% even, and the European Union at 10.13%. All right, so that moves us on to Australia. There you can see, once again, market time engaged needle, 3 ticks into the green. So we've got the same guidance, and you can see the lack of red lights in the extended version of the color guard in Australia. You can see the past 2 sessions as well, 3 green lights across the board. All right, and those last 2 green lights, also RT kicker combo timing system. All right, so everything looking good there. You can see the MTI up at 1.39. They're in an up situation. There's that 10% year to date. And you can see everything green there when it comes to market timing signals. 2, the confirmed call being the longest running one all the way back to 1st of May. The DEW turned back up on the 5th of September. Green light buyer turned back up on the 2nd of October, and the primary wave the day before on the 1st of October. All right, so that brings us to the European Union. And here we're kind of looking at the same thing, aren't we? At least from a market timing gauge perspective and the guidance. So 3 ticks into the green, same guidance. VectorVest advocating buying safe undervalued stocks that are rising in price at this time. You can see in the European Union, they put together 3 sessions in a row of 3 green lights across the board. The BSR up to 4.25 and the MTI at 1.48. They, of course, in an up situation here as well. One of the things you'll notice in Europe is they lost the backing of the RT Kicker combo timing system with their last 2 green lights. All right, so something to keep in mind there. It looks like it's something that happened. You can see they did have the RT Kicker combo timing system confirmation here, transitioned into some yellow lights, then back into greens without the backing of the kicker. Got it for 1 day on the 1st of October, and then have lost it for the last couple of days. So keep an eye on that. There is the 10.13% year-to-date return for the European Union VectorVest composite. And here you can see green across the board for the market timing signals. Confirmed calls have been up since 29th of April. The DEW turned back up on the 8th of September. Green light buyer turned back up on the 29th of September. And the primary wave turned back up on the same day. All right, here's the market timing graph for Canada. As we've mentioned, markets keep moving higher. You can see new 52-week high pretty much every day. Important levels for the Canadian market. Well, we know resistance is at the most recent swing high, which was put in on Friday. All right, so that's the level that that market will need to push through. And default settings of the support resistance indicator have quite a bit of distance between support and resistance. So we have a nice old top that we were able to just break through this week. That would be a good place to look for a first level of support if the market was to pull back. All right, you can see all of the market timing indicators operating well above 1, and I pointed out that some of them have nullified the bearish divergence that we were seeing a little bit earlier. All right, so that's the Canadian picture. Here's the US picture. Oh man, I missed the subgraphs on that one, but here you can see the US also able to put in a new 52-week high on Friday. Got that nice old top to look to for first level of support. And you can see the other support zones that we have on there. All right, so nothing stopping these markets, folks. It doesn't seem to matter what happens. The US government shutdown didn't dent anything. I've kind of wondered if the lack of data is almost helping the markets out. All right, so here's Australia. You can see same story there, new 52-week high on Friday. All right, and kind of the same issue with the default settings of the support resistance indicator, where we've got resistance at the swing high from Friday and a bit of distance until we find that first level of support. So there is a pretty good level right there. We've got this old top. You can see some consolidation in there that you might look to see if the market is going to find support there. If we do get a pullback as well, there you can see the market timing indicators all operating nicely above 1 as well. And here is the European Union. So new 52-week high on Friday. A bit of a doji they ended up with on Friday there. And here you can see resistance level at the new swing high and support. Nice level of support here with a couple of touches of old tops there, some consolidation through there. And then you can see another level of support right here. And once again, their market timing indicators all operating nicely above 1. So all the nations humming along here, no red lights in the extended version. the color guard. But definitely, I think we've been witnessing what we have seen in the past as toppy market conditions where the markets can stay elevated for quite some time, but you will see some volatility in there. All right, so here are the global market tracking ETFs. So we've got the August look, and for September, you can see rounding out the top 5 there. Well, overall, as a group, we've got 43, we've got 38 winners, 5 losers. All right, as a basket, came in at 3.42%. So are outperforming the VectorVest composite, which came in at 1.77% for September. And then you can see rounding out the top 5, we've got Peru, South Africa, South Korea, Mexico, and the Netherlands. All right, and some of those the same players that were near the top, but you can see there has been some movement in there. And of note too, you can see that we do have the NASDAQ coming back into play here, coming in at number 10 for September. All right, and then on the left, that's what we were looking at on the previous slide, and then you can see 2025 year to date. Overall, we've got 41 winners, 2 losers as a basket. So every once in a while, we get asked, can people make money trading these global market ETFs? And certainly you can, and you can see right there as a basket for 2025, just shy of 28%. The VectorVest composite has put in a return of 11.03% over that time frame. Rounding out the top 5, you can see Greece, South Korea, Spain, Poland, and Peru. And you can see some of the returns there, 70.59% for Greece, down to around 57.30% for Peru. And I know in the weekly market update that Peru EPU, the ticker, has come up a number of times with questions and folks looking at it. All right, so those are the global market tracking ETFs found in the US software, of course. Here are the market sector ETFs, also found in the US software in the watch list and cherry picking folder. All right, so we've got 2025 year to date. I don't think it's any surprise, folks. If you look at most of the home pages, you will see most of the top VST stocks and Midas Touch stocks, gold miners. So there you can see gold miners leading the way on the year. So we've got 30 market sector ETFs. Year to date, we've got 27 winners, 3 losers. As a basket, we've got a return of 19.08% against the 11.03% for the VectorVest composite. All right, but you can see gold miners at this point, 127.31%. I sold GDX last year, picked it back up in December, and that's basically what I'm looking at for a return to date at this point. All right, you can see metals and mining following right behind, and then you can see rounding out the top 5, we've got clean energy, semiconductors, and solar. All right, and then if we look at the 10-day delta on the sector ETFs to see who's been moving in the last 10 days, you can see that Invesco Wilder Hill, that's a clean energy ETF. You can see 11.69% in the last 10 days. There you can see Spotter S&P Metals, VanEck Semiconductors, there's GDX there, VanEck Gold Miners, and then Invesco Solar 10 rounding out the top 5. All right, so that is the market sector ETFs. Central bank rate announcements. We closed out September. I think everybody knows how that one played out. We did have the European Union holding. We had Bank of Canada and the US Fed cutting interest rates 0.25%. Bank of England held. All right. And then Australia, the Reserve Bank of Australia held as well. Looking into October. So this coming week, we've got the FOMC meeting minutes. And then the most of the ones that we're interested in here, you can see coming at the end of the month. So you can see on Wednesday, October 29th, we've got the Bank of Canada and the US Fed again up with interest rate decisions once again. Japan on the very same day. And then the European Union coming in on the 30th of October. All right, so those are the central bank rate announcements to track in October. Much shorter list than we had in September. Here are the essays from around the VectorVest world this week. Another great week of essays, folks. Out of the US, Angela Akers wrote one entitled The So-Called AI Bubble. So how to use VectorVest to analyze AI stocks and assess the similarities and or differences to the dot-com frenzy. Out of Canada, Don Reitzma wrote one entitled, and I alluded to this already, How Extreme MTI Cycles Can Keep Paying Off. So how to use the VectorVest MTI to discern market trends, stay on the right side of the market, and in this case, with particular attention paid to extreme MTI cycles. And by that, Don is talking about when the MTI goes down below 0.60 and goes above the toppy levels for each of the markets. All right, out of the European Union, Susan Hayes Culleton wrote one entitled Buy-Sell Ratio, how to use the VectorVest buy-sell ratio to take the temperature of the market. And then out of Australia, Robert and Russell Markham wrote one entitled Pilbara Minerals Limited, a stock to short. So how to use VectorVest to analyze market conditions and possible shorting candidates like PLS.AX. All right, new month of October. Here's the October almanac. So with a history of high volatility and catastrophic bear market crashes, October is historically touted as the cruelest month of the year. However, it is important to note that October has also marked the bottom of several bear markets, and it is the last of the Stock Trader Almanac's worst performing months of the year. You can see the VectorVest Almanac doesn't look too frightful. However, since 1996, the price of the VectorVest composite has gone up 17 times for an average gain of 4.25% and down 12 times for an average loss of 4.73%. So if the past is prologue, we've got a 58.62% chance of a win for the October Almanac. And here's the earnings update from Angela's essay this past week. I can tell you the FactSet estimates for Q3 2025 earnings growth keep climbing. And as of this week, that estimate is up to 8%. All right. So it's been climbing every week. We'll see, of course, when it starts in about, a week or two. We'll see how it turns out. All right. So with all of that, that brings us to the end of this session. And wow, we're almost, I think, right on time there. So at this point, I'm going to turn it over to Jerry D'Ambrosio for his keynote presentation, Sorting for Success, Finding Tomorrow's Leaders Today. So Jerry, take it away.
Thank you very much, Rick. Hey, Rick, how much more fun is it to deliver such positive information? What a market it's been across the board, man. Holy cow. Haven't seen that in quite some time. But welcome, everybody. Hopefully you guys can see me, hear me, and we're good to go. So how's everybody doing? Nice to see some familiar names in the group. Stu, Badger, Tim, Tom, all you guys. Welcome, everybody. So today we're going to cover really one of the more powerful but underutilized features in the VectorVest system, and that is sorting. Okay. Dr. DeLito once told me a long, long time ago, he said, you know, back in the day, going on 20 years now, we used to build a lot of searches. You know, we have a lot of searches in the VectorVest program, right? So it took years and years to years to compile that sort of directory. So when we were first kind of starting to build some of these searches, he would always tell me, you know, start with the sort. The sort is what brings the best stocks to the top of the list, right? So we're going to talk about why sorting is so important here today, which indicators to sort by. I'm going to give you guys some tips on which ones to focus on, how to create powerful combinations. We have a underutilized, possibly unknown tool called the custom field builder, where you could take indicators and create custom combo sorts to find, again, the best stocks based on the criteria that you're looking for. Okay, we'll do a Q&A at the end. I'll show you some live examples as well to prove the impact. By the end of the session, you'll know exactly how to surface the best stocks for you based on your goals, your risk tolerance, and your timing as well. That's going to be important. All right. Most platforms use filters and scans. Those are great. I love scans, but they're incomplete when it's just parameters that search for stocks that meet certain criteria. You can get thousands of stocks based on those filters. But now what, right? What do you do with those stocks? How do you really know which ones are the better ones? And that's why sorting cuts through all that noise, okay, and ranks what matters to you the most. VectorVest sorts every stock every day. We use fundamental and technical analysis, and here's what makes it so special. It's quantitative, not emotional. It uses composite indicators like VST to combine multiple other indicators, value, safety, and timing, to find well-rounded, kind of multi-dimensional winners. You could sort by individual metrics or stack them to find multi-dimensional winners. Okay? Sort the stock viewer by relative safety to find the safest, most stable performers. If your focus is capital preservation and really investing your capital into the safest stocks in the market, sorting by RS will get you there. You can also combine, which I'll show you guys in a little bit, combine indicators to find other things. But when you lead with RS, or RS is part of your sort, you're looking at the most financially stable companies in the market. So we look for scores above 1. And again, it's great for conservative or prudent investors. CI, this is one of my favorite VectorVest indicators. It is not a fundamental indicator. It is a technical indicator, technically. It's ideal for looking for what we call sleep at night stocks. CI measures a stock's ability to resist severe or long or lengthy price declines. You ever see those stocks that go from bottom left to upper right in a smooth, methodical, persistent manner? Those are high CI stocks. They could also be high RS stocks, but they are high CI stocks because they have shown the ability historically, basically, to go up in price more than to go down. Helps you avoid yo-yo stocks, up and down, very erratic price behavior, which for certain individuals, I think that's welcomed. But for most, I think we want stability more than anything else. Even if you're trading, even if you're swing trading, I still like high CI stocks, but looking for some of those shorter term pullbacks within that trend. So we look for stocks with a CI greater than 1, gives us smooth upward price movement. Another technical indicator, relative timing. This is what you use to sort when you want fast movers. The highest flying, strongest momentum stocks, short term. So while CI looks at long-term price history, RT looks more at short-term price history. And it's more of a short-term trend and momentum indicator. I love using them both in combination, but just looking at RT, making sure we understand what that is. So we look for stocks with an RT that are above 1. And we look for we look for perfect for timing entries and exit signals, again, short term. Then we combine. we want to, you use VST when you want best to worst, overall best to worst. VST combines value, relative value, safety, and timing. It's our composite master indicator, one number to rank stocks from best to worst. Okay? These are your high quality, high character type sorts. Okay? Let's say I want stocks that are financially stable and rise consistently. I would combine those two indicators and multiply them together. I'd sort by RS times CI. We know what sorting by RS does, right? Alone. It brings to the top of the list the stocks with the highest relative safety ratings. We know those are the most financially stable companies in the list of stocks that you're looking at. Then, if we want to combine that with long-term price stability, we'll multiply it times CI. All right, let me hop into the program. Let me kind of show you guys a little bit what I'm talking about here. Let me pull this over. Okay. All right. So let's say I wanted to look at any list of stocks. Now, sorting can be done in Unisearch, right? When you're just looking at a particular search, a scan that filters through a list of filters through the entire database to find stocks that meet certain criteria. Okay. Minimize this. No, let me go back. Sorry. Find that, and then I got to find that. Cool. All right. I like to also look at watch lists. You can, of course, sort watch lists any way you want. So let's just, for the purposes of this demonstration, it doesn't necessarily have to be a hard and fast exercise here that you always do. But if you want to look at a watch list, I like looking at the S&P 500 watch list. Okay, we're all familiar with these companies, actively traded, right? Major benchmark index here. The default sort is VST. Great sort, right? The default sort gives you the stocks at the top with the best combination of relative value, relative safety, and relative timing. By the way, in the VST calculation, I don't know if you knew this, but a little bit more weight is put towards RT in the VST calculation. So let me kind of go through it. RS is rated 1.1. RV is rated RS is rated 1, RV is rated 1.9. I'm sorry, 0.9. RS is rated 1, RT is rated 1.1. Little bit higher weighting than RS. RS is a little bit more of a higher weighting than RV in the VST calculation. Okay, so a lot of times you'll see, sometimes, VST is above 1, but the fundamentals aren't that great. The RV and the RS aren't that great. That's because the stock's in a really strong uptrend, so it's going to pull that VST score a little bit higher. Nevertheless, we're sorted by VST here. We're in the S&P 500 watch list. You got a great combination here of fundamentally sound companies that are in really strong uptrends. Look at those RT scores. Now, WDC, Western Digital, it's undervalued. It's got a really good RV, but it doesn't have a high RS score. You say, well, if RS is really important to you and you're saying, I need, a rule of mine for my conservative or retirement portfolios, I have to have stocks with an RS above 1. I want the highest RS score, stocks in the S&P. So you sort by that one single column, and that's RS. Now you got EME at the top, you got Google, you got Axon, Microsoft, NVIDIA. So again, I'm sure you're comfortable owning any of these companies. These are technically the ones with the highest RS scores, the most financially stable companies, the companies that have done a tremendous job of growing their earnings each and every quarter, each and every year. Okay, you can also sort the list by CI, and watch the charts. Okay, CI, the S&P 500 watch list sorted by CI. All the ones at the top have the highest CIs. Now, they don't have, some of them don't necessarily have high RS scores though, because we're just sorted by that one single indicator. If I graph, let's say, how many we're looking at? 30. That's fine. I'll graph all of them, and I'm gonna go through. Oh, My goodness, my program just closed on me. Give me a second. Sorry about that, guys. Just completely just shut down. All right, let's get back in there. Any questions you guys have? Nope. Thanks for Rick and Joey for handling the chat there. Let me just log back in here, guys. So what we're going to see when we open up the top stocks from the top CI stocks from the S&P 500 watch list are the ones that go from bottom left to upper right in a very safe, consistent, predictable manner. Okay. And then I'll show you how to use the custom field builder to combine those sorts if this program ever opens up. Anybody got any good jokes? My singing voice is below average, so I'm not going to go ahead and sing, but I think we're loading up here in a second. There we go. All right. Took a second there. All right, let me get back into the S&P 500 watch list.
Maybe we should let the crowd decide on your singing voice, Jerry.
Nah,
Give it a shot.
Plenty have decided that in the past. We'll go ICI. We'll graph them all. And the program didn't close this time. Fantastic. All right. Let me get that note off of there. So we're going to go through these charts quickly. We go through them quickly. Just look at price. We're just going to look at price because that's what CI measures, price only. It's not a fundamental indicator. It doesn't look at any fundamental data. It just looks at price history. I'm going to go forward quickly, and you're going to see a similar type of price pattern. We're looking at the last 1 year here, by the way. End of day data at daily bars. I'm going to go through them quickly. Bottom left to upper right, bottom left to upper right, bottom left to upper right. Time and time again. These are really smooth for the most part. Stock charts, right? Some volatility. And the further down the list we go, you're going to see a volatility begin to pick up a little bit because they're not the highest CIs anymore. Okay, this one's a little bit more volatile, right? So is this one. So is this one. So is this one. You know, a big run just recently, but they're getting a little bit more volatile as we go. But they are still going from bottom left to upper right. That's the type of chart you want. Now, I want to combine those two indicators. I like CI being high, right? I like smooth, persistently growing price, but I need the fundamental component to it as well. I need the stocks, the companies to make money, right, and grow their earnings consistently long term. So I will sort by RS times CI. To do that, we're going to use the custom field builder. Okay, it's a tool at the upper right. If I go to Tools and then go to Custom Field Builder, brings up this little window. Many of you guys might not be familiar with it, but here is where I can create combo sorts. Okay, I want to find the stocks with the best combination of relative safety and comfort index. So I go Fields, Capital Appreciation. That's where both of those indicators are located. Go to RS, and I want to multiply it by CI. I can multiply it by CI or add it to CI. Rule of thumb, if you are combining like scaled indicators, 0 to 2 scaling, right, which RS and CI are, you do either one. You can add the indicators together, or you can multiply the indicators together. When you are combining unlike indicators, like let's say CI and GRT. CI is on a 0 to 2 scale, but GRT is a percentage. The number is not on a scaling, it's a percentage. So you would multiply those two and not add those two. Okay? Rule of thumb there. Always keep that in mind. Combining like indicators, you can do either one, multiply or add, but when you're creating an unlike combo, multiply, don't add. All right, so I'm going to, whoops, that's too many multiplications. How do I go back? Oh, I can just do that and do that. I'll just do it all. I'll just do it all and then start over. So Fields, Capital appreciation, relative safety. I'm going to multiply it once, and I'm going to go back to fields. I'm going to go capital appreciation, CI. Okay. You have to then validate it. You might think you have a valid expression or a valid sort, but you have to validate it. Make sure it's validated. It's valid. So you click on validate. It's going to give you a message says the custom field validated successfully. Good. So it makes sense. You then go and save the changes. I already have one, so I'm not going to save that. But if you don't have that sort created already, you would have to you just save it. All right. You have this divider. I'm just really going to talk about this one because another popular way to sort stocks is by bottom fishing, looking for stocks that have been beaten down in price, right? That's a bottom fishing type of an approach. Market's coming off of a bottom. The most profitable approach is to find good quality stocks that have been beaten down in price, right? It's that rubber band effects. The further you pull the band apart, the harder it's going to snap back, just like when a stock's price is depressed and in such an oversold situation that when the market rallies, those types of stocks that have been beaten down the most tend to explode up in price the fastest. So you can then, and what you would want to do in that case, if you were looking for that type of sort, RS times CI, great sort just on its own. It's going to find the stocks with the best combination of relative safety and comfort index, but that's great. You can then from here create a bottom fishing type sort, right? Where you say, I want the stocks with the best combination of RS times CI, but you divide that by relative timing. On the left of the divider, you are wanting a larger number. On the right of the divider, you are wanting a smaller number. So I want good combination, favorable combination of RS times CI, but I want low RT. I just explained why and when you would want a low RT score is when the market is first coming off of a bottom. Everybody with me there and understand the thought process and kind of what's underneath the sort? If you don't, let me know. Validate it. It's valid. Good. Okay. Now I click OK. Save changes. Do I even have this? Oh, I don't even have it in there. Okay. So it says custom field saved successfully. Great. All right. I'm done there. I exit out of the custom field builder, and then I can sort this list or again, any list by that sort, by that indicator. So I click on the indicator at the top. I'm going to go in my list here. Man, where is it? Is it at the bottom? No, it's probably under RS. It's in alphabetical order, so it's probably under RS. There it is right there. RS times CI divided by RT. Descending. Click OK. And I'm going to reshuffle the deck in a second. Okay, reshuffle the deck in a second. Now, this is not a type of sort that you should always apply. It's best used off of market bottoms. And the reason why I say that, look, I know we love Netflix. I know we love Meta. I know we love Palantir, Capital One. These are all familiar names. Look, we're in the S&P 500 watch list. But look at these RT scores, right? Look at these RT ratings. They're below 1, and that's as of yesterday's close. Think about it. In such a strong market, in such a strongly trending market right now, do we really want to buy stocks with low RTs if they haven't been participating and benefiting shareholders in this type of market environment? We're not fishing in the right pond. We don't want to be looking at those types of stocks, right? We want to be looking at the higher momentum stocks. So what other sort can you do? Even though this is not the time, guys, to apply this type of sort, I wanted to talk about it because when the market is searching for a bottom, use this type of sort, RS times CI divided by RT. Any combination of indicators divided by RT is going to give you that bottom fishing type sort. But if I just wanted to go, how about RS times RT? If I want to find some strongly trending stocks, RS times RT, not even in my list. So let's go build it. Click on Tools, Custom Field Builder, RS times RT. Validate it. Good. It's validated. Click OK. Save. Save successfully. Exit out. And then resort by that indicator, which should be right in this list somewhere. There it is. RS times RT. Descending. Click OK. And there you go. Look at the RT scores now. Look at the RSs. So you got Micron, Lam Research, Newmont, Google, Applied Materials, all familiar names. They're fundamentally sound companies. Look at those RS scores and look at the RT ratings. If you want to graph them, take a look at this guy. Micron on a tear lately. Maybe a little overbought right now, but man, is it screaming up the page in price. And all of these are going to be. Okay, all of these are really strong uptrends. Ooh, Google's nice, is setting up nicely. You guys are swing traders. You look for these pullbacks. Pullback to where? Is it pullback to the 20? Going a little bit off script here, but I like the setup. Right at the 20, man. That's a good setup. Nice little pullback here by Google. But in a strong trend, there's the other Google. STX. Maybe wait for a pullback there. These are all strongly trending stocks, and these are the stocks that you want to favor. Okay. All right, let me get back into the slides here, guys. Just going to recap. We talked about RS. Right. Talked about CI. Okay. Again, we want fast-moving stocks. Don't want to get whipsawed all that much. You know, a good sort is RT times CI, which we didn't do there. We did RS times RT, but you can do also RT times CI as well. All right, just a few sample sorts based on the investor type. These aren't, you know, the holy grail of sorts, but they're kind of your starting point and really where you want to live almost, right? Where your indicators want to be, the indicators that you want to favor at least. You know, I don't have sales growth in here, but sales growth could be something that a conservative or prudent investor might want to use in a sort. But we give you the tools to match the market and to your investing style. So conservative, RS, simple. Prudent, RS times CI or RS times EPS. Excuse me. Okay. Right. Remember, RS times EPS. Those are two unlike scalings. So you multiply. Okay. Aggressive RT times CI or even VST times GRT. Speculative RT only, or if you want to include RT in volume, you can do that, right? Because speculative traders aren't necessarily worried about fundamentals. It's price and volume, so you can use those two in combination with each other. All right, guys. The sorting gives you an edge. Dr. Lino emphasized, you know, a long time ago, the key to success is not chasing tips or predictions, but you want to own safe, undervalued stocks going up in price, and sorting brings those stocks to your attention right away, every day with just a few clicks. Okay. Hope you guys enjoyed that presentation. Really important. Sort, you know, start with the sort, guys. If you're thinking about building searches yourself, start with the sort. You know, what's most important to you? What are your goals and objectives of that search? Is it more of a swing trading short-term approach? Then speed up the indicators, use some faster trend indicators. Okay. I'm going to turn things over now. We're going to play a very special presentation for you guys today. I don't know if you were in Vegas or you watched the Vegas live stream. Our kind of special presentation there was Mr. Paul McCann. Paul is the VP of Research and Design here at VectorVest, spearheading our new Market Launchpad product. And he also talked about in that special presentation, not only the Market Launchpad, but where VectorVest is heading in terms of AI integration. I think that was awesome. We had so much positive feedback from that video. We wanted to play it with you guys today, for you guys here today. So stick around. We'll play that video, and I'll be back right after it's over.
Today, I'm thrilled to give you a look at where VectorVest is headed. and how we're reimagining what stock market guidance can be. If you've been with us for a while, you know how deeply we believe in giving investors clear, actionable answers. What to buy, when to sell, and just as importantly, why. That focus hasn't changed, but the world around us has. VectorVest itself has always evolved with technology. It actually started as a book. Dr. D put his system in print so investors could follow it step by step. From there, it became a DOS program, and then I'll never forget how exciting it was when we moved on to Windows 95. Suddenly, the system wasn't just powerful, it was accessible in a whole new way. And Dr. D never stopped experimenting with new ways to deliver the guidance. He even created a dial-in service called the Voice of VectorVest. For any Seinfeld fans, it was kind of like movie phone. You'd pick up the phone, call in, and hear the daily guidance read to you. Cutting edge for its time. That's one of the biggest lessons Dr. D instilled in us. The importance of adapting how we deliver VectorVest guidance as new technologies emerge. The core principles never change, but the way we put them in your hands must evolve with the times. The way we access information, the expectations we have for simplicity and speed, the tools we trust to help us invest with confidence. Everything keeps evolving, and we are too. This presentation is about what's next, how we're harnessing AI, delivering new experiences, and building the future of VectorVest tools to help you succeed, no matter where you are or how you invest. Let's take a look. At VectorVest, everything starts with our mission: to provide the best stock market guidance available anywhere at any price. Dr. D chose this bold mission statement decades ago. It wasn't just words, it was a commitment to investors that VectorVest would always lead with clarity, simplicity, and actionable guidance. Over the years, we've leaned on technology to deliver on that mission. From being one of the first to computerize stock analysis, to developing proprietary indicators like RV, RS, RT, and VST, to launching real-time data and trading automation tools, we've consistently used technology to make investors smarter and more confident. And the results speak for themselves. While many competitors have come and gone, VectorVest has endured and grown because our mission is timeless and our tools have always evolved to serve it. Now, as we look forward, technology, and especially artificial intelligence, gives us even greater opportunity. AI and modern platforms like our new Market Launchpad will help us deliver guidance that is faster, more personalized, and more accessible than ever before. In short, the mission hasn't changed, but the way we deliver on it is about to take a huge leap forward. First, let's talk about what's brand new, Market Launchpad. This isn't just another feature, it's the foundation for the future of VectorVest. And I have to recognize the incredible effort that went into it. Our product development team has been working around the clock, our UX and education teams shaped the experience, and QA and IT have kept us on track, and marketing has helped bring it to life. This has truly been an all-hands effort, and the results speak for themselves. Launchpad is the first step in bringing the power of VectorVest 7 into a faster, more modern, cross-platform experience without sacrificing what makes VectorVest so effective. It's included at no extra cost for all VectorVest 7 subscribers. And because it's fully web-based, you can access it anytime from your PC, your Mac, your phone, or your tablet. Just as important as what it does is how it feels to use. We've designed Launchpad to be the most intuitive, easy-to-use product we've ever delivered, while still feeling powerful and familiar to experienced users. In this first phase, we're highlighting the successful investor system, our most time-tested, easy-to-follow approach, because it gives investors the confidence to know what to do in any market. It's the perfect foundation for teaching new users how to get the most out of VectorVest. But make no mistake, VectorVest 7 is not going anywhere. We know many of you rely on its full range of features every day. That platform will continue to be supported and enhanced while we build toward the future. As we expand Launchpad, we'll be introducing more tools, strategies, and customization to support the many other ways our members use VectorVest. From swing trading to options, from aggressive growth to retirement income. Our goal is to create something that invites new investors in while giving experienced users more flexibility, more access, and more ways to succeed. And we're doing it all with your feedback guiding the way. Now, when you first log into Market Launchpad, you won't see everything VectorVest can do. And that's by design. I know most of you can navigate VectorVest 7 with your eyes closed at this point. Do you remember that very first login? It's a powerhouse of a platform, but there's a lot going on. Without knowing exactly what to focus on, it's intimidating. Over the years, we've heard that same feedback from thousands of customers. While VV7 is incredibly powerful, our core promise of clear market guidance got buried in all of those other great tools. So the homepage of Launchpad brings the focus back where it belongs. When to buy, what to buy, and when to sell. Right up front, you'll see our market guidance in plain, actionable terms. You'll also see noteworthy conditions, which give you more context about what's driving that call. For example, if our canary signal is flashing warning signs, it'll be highlighted here, helping you more quickly understand the overall market guidance and the nuance around that guidance. It's not about showing everything at once. It's about making sure the most important message is impossible to miss every time you log in. Because at the end of the day, the faster you get clear guidance, the faster you get to profits. Now, one of the features I'm most excited about in Market Launchpad is mirrored portfolios. With Launchpad, you can securely connect your brokerage account and automatically sync your portfolio to any major US brokerage. That means no more manual entry and struggling to keep your portfolio in sync. I can say from experience, I've tried to track my own portfolio by hand in VectorVest, and it always ends up getting out of sync. Mirrored portfolios fixes that. Your holdings will update automatically, giving you a live view of your actual portfolio right inside of VectorVest. And once your stocks are in Launchpad, you'll instantly see all the VectorVest ratings. RV, RS, RT, VST, buy, sell, hold ratings layered right onto your account. Now, this is a one-way sync, meaning we will be able to read your positions, but we won't be placing trades yet. In the future, we'll be integrating with our partner brokerages like TradeStation to allow you to place trades directly from Launchpad like you can today in VectorVest 7. For now, it's the fastest and easiest way to evaluate your real-world portfolio with the full power of VectorVest. And if you've ever tried to manage this by hand, you know that alone is worth celebrating. Also with Launchpad, we've made it easier than ever to evaluate a stock without breaking your flow. When you're looking at a list of stocks, whether from a watch list or a search or even your portfolio, you don't have to leave the page or lose context. Instead, you can open a quick overview in the sidebar drawer that slides in seamlessly. That drawer highlights the core questions that we focus on at VectorVest. Are earnings steadily rising? Is the stock safe? Is it undervalued? Is it rising in price? And here's the best part. You can use your arrow keys to quickly move through the list and see the drawer update instantly for each stock. It's a smooth, intuitive way to analyze multiple stocks without clicking back and forth. And when you're ready to go deeper, one click takes you to the full analysis report, graphs, or the latest company news. It's all about staying focused on what matters and keeping your workflow fast, clean, and flexible. Now, that's just a couple of the features in Market Launchpad. I didn't want to focus the whole presentation on those features. We're going to move on to some of the other exciting things coming out. So after Market Launchpad, the next phase is going to be called VectorVest Market Edge, and that's currently in development. In this phase, we're bringing even more of the powerful tools that VectorVest subscribers know and rely on, including industry and sector rankings, customized searches, trading systems you can apply directly to your portfolio, and all of our market timing systems. from DEW and confirm calls to the green light buyer. They'll all be visible to you on one screen, easily accessible. You can see exactly what's happening in the market. But this isn't just about moving features over. With Market Edge, we're redesigning these tools from the ground up to be more intuitive, more flexible, and even more actionable. The goal is simple: bring the depth of VectorVest 7 into a modern web-based experience that works anywhere, PC, Mac, phone, or tablet, without sacrificing what makes our system so effective. Market Edge is where advanced VectorVest features meet the speed, simplicity, and freedom of Launchpad. So far, you've seen what's available today in Market Launchpad and what's coming soon with Market Edge. But these are just the beginning. We call it the VectorVest Edge Suite, a complete modern platform designed to give every investor the tools they need to succeed, no matter their style, strategy, or experience level. This suite is made up of 4 powerful connected products. Market Launchpad, which we just released, delivers a streamlined, intuitive entry point into the VectorVest system, perfect for building confidence and taking action with clarity. Market Edge, which is now in development, brings over the advanced equity tools from VectorVest 7, including market timing, trading systems, custom searches, industry and sector analysis. It's designed for investors who want full control over their equity strategy. Options Edge is coming soon. It will deliver the power of Options Pro in a more modern format, making it easier to plan, analyze, and execute options strategies from anywhere. And Research Edge will be a destination for deep research and strategy development, where advanced users can build, test, and refine custom trading systems tailored to their unique approach. Each product in the Edge suite is cross-platform, fast, and intuitive. And together, they'll form something even more powerful, a fully integrated investing experience that brings the full breadth of VectorVest into a modern, accessible, and flexible platform. Now that I've described the innovation journey we've been on and the new product line to come, I'd like to discuss how we're going to use AI to supercharge this innovation. As you've seen, the Edge Suite is our vision for a modern, unified VectorVest platform. And it's being built with one clear goal: to empower every investor with tools that are powerful, intuitive, and grounded in our proven system. And that brings us to another frontier we've been investing in for years: AI. AI isn't new to VectorVest. What you see on the screen is just a snapshot of the initiatives we've taken on and the ones we're actively working on. From internal tools to portfolio stops, chatbots, searches, and even market timing. This is an area we've been exploring for a long time, and it's something we'll continue to push forward. In fact, our first major initiative in this space led to the creation of one of our most innovative tools, the Profit Locker Pro Recommended Stop. Behind the scenes, this wasn't just trial and error. We ran millions of simulations using machine learning models, training them how to predict how different types of stops would perform under a wide range of conditions, tailored to the unique attributes of each stock. The result is a dynamic, adaptive stop-loss strategy that knows when to lock in profits and when to give your winners room to run. You'll see some examples in a moment, but the key takeaway is this: Profit Locker Pro proved that AI can strengthen the VectorVest system, not by replacing it, but by enhancing it and staying true to our mission of providing the best investment guidance anywhere at any price. Let's look at a real-world example using our turnaround candidate search, a strategy designed to find strong recovery stocks. From January of 23 to September of 25, we tested the strategy using 2 different stop methods: a traditional 10% trailing stop, which delivered a 94% return with a 9% drawdown, which is pretty impressive, and the Profit Locker Pro Recommended Stop, which almost doubled that return to 175% with a 17% drawdown. So what's happening here? The key is that this stop adapts intelligently. It gives more breathing room to stocks with strong fundamentals, the ones most likely to recover from short-term pullbacks and go on to deliver bigger gains. That is why the drawdown is higher, but it's also why the returns are dramatically better. It's a calculated, data-driven trade-off that's designed to pay off over time. So let's talk about over time. Now let's look at how that same strategy performs over the longer term from 2016 through September of 25. Again, using a 10% trailing stop, the system delivered a solid 110% return with a 33% drawdown. But the Profit Locker Pro recommended stop performance jumped to an impressive 542% return with a lower drawdown of just 29%. Again, this isn't luck. It's intelligent adaptability at work. The stop gives more room to fundamentally strong stocks while staying tighter on weaker ones. That balance helps it ride out volatility without exposing you to unnecessary risk. We've tested this across countless strategies and market environments. It doesn't always outperform, but it does more often than not. And that's why it's my go-to for building trading systems and managing my own positions. The next big step in delivering on our mission to make expert guidance more accessible has been the use of AI language models. In July, we launched Vicky, our AI-powered assistant, right on VectorVest.com. VectorVest has been trained on our educational and support content. Every article and guide we've published, and much of the coursework we've published. She can answer questions about the VectorVest system, our products, and even how to get started. She's available 24/7 and makes it easier than ever to get answers quickly. No need to search through documentation or wait in line for help. That said, we all know AI assistants can sometimes be unhelpful or even a little annoying. So we've built in the ability to connect with one of our even more amazing human support reps directly from your conversation with Vicky. And here's the best part. Your human rep will see the entire context of your chat with Vicky, so you won't have to repeat yourself. Live support is available during business hours, but even outside of that, you can submit a support ticket from inside the chat, and our team will follow up as soon as we're back online. Vicky is already helping investors learn faster, get unstuck more quickly, and get more out of VectorVest. And she's just getting started. We're constantly improving her training to make her smarter, faster, and more helpful every day. And inside the new Market Launchpad, we've introduced Vera, your AI-powered assistant built right into the platform. Vera has been trained on 3 things: the successful investor methodology, how to implement that methodology using Market Launchpad, and how to navigate and use the app itself. Think of her as your personal investing coach, someone who knows both VectorVest and the system we teach, available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. With Vera, you don't have to waste time wondering, what's the difference between value and relative value? Or how do I see the top VST stocks in Launchpad? She can explain the concept, walk you through the steps, and give you that second set of eyes that helps you feel confident about what you're seeing and how you're applying it. And just like with Vicky, if Vera can't quite get you what you need, you can always connect directly with our human support team right from the conversation. During business hours, that means chatting live with one of our incredible reps, Jessica, Boston, or Rizé, who know the VectorVest system inside and out and are always excited to help. If we're offline, you can still submit a support request directly from the chat, and your conversation history carries over so you never have to repeat yourself. For you as an investor, that means fewer roadblocks, less second guessing, and more confidence. Vera isn't just an assistant, she's a built-in guide to help you learn faster, act smarter, and invest with clarity and confidence. Now, everything I've talked about so far with Vicky and Vera, those are available to you right now. You can try them today, and they're already helping investors get answers faster and apply VectorVest with more confidence. What's coming next for Vera will truly set her apart and give you more direct expert guidance at your fingertips than ever before. We're working on training Vera not just on the successful investor methodology and how to use Market Launchpad, but also on current market conditions and up-to-date stock ratings and analysis for every stock in our system. That means Vera will soon be able to answer the kinds of real, practical questions our users ask every day, like, what's the current market outlook? Is now the right time to be buying stocks? What does VectorVest say about Google? Is this stock a good candidate based on the successful investor system? Why is Chipotle rated to sell? It's not because the burritos taste bad. In other words, it'll be like having an expert on VectorVest and an expert on today's market available to you 24/7. It's not as good as having Glenn Tompkins sitting next to you, but it's getting close, and you won't have to put up with his corny jokes. Vera will take full power of our research, ratings, and methodology and deliver it in a simple, conversational experience that is always ready when you are. Now, one of the most exciting features coming soon to VectorVest Market Edge is AI-generated searches. Instead of learning every technical detail of how to build a search, which is extremely powerful but also time-consuming, you'll be able to describe what you're looking for in plain language. The AI will translate that into a complete, powerful search built on the VectorVest methodology. And it doesn't stop there. The experience is conversational. For example, you can start by saying, show me stocks under $20 with strong earnings growth. The AI builds the search instantly, and then you might follow up with, only include stocks in the top 5 industries by RT, or exclude anything with a daily volume under $200,000 shares. And with each step, the search evolves, no rebuilding, no menus to click through. Now, I was actually a lead developer on Unisearch and VectorVest 7, and I'll be the first to admit, even I find it cumbersome at times. This is our chance to make that power more accessible. Once your search is dialed in, you can jump straight into the results to explore strong buy candidates or save it for later to use in backtests, watch lists, or even your trading systems. This feature takes the full power of VectorVest tools and makes it more approachable than ever. So you can focus on finding opportunities, not memorizing syntax. Now, another exciting area we've been applying AI is market timing. The stock market, as Dr. David Paul and Jerry D'Ambrosio have often reminded us, is an emotional beast. It doesn't just move on numbers. It follows human psychological patterns: fear, greed, overreaction, hesitation. These patterns repeat themselves, and they're what drives so many of the turns in the market. The challenge has always been identifying those patterns quickly and reliably, and that's where AI comes in. We've built and tested several AI-driven timing systems designed to spot those emotional inflection points, and in some cases, the models have shown real promise, catching turns that traditional methods might have recognized more slowly. But here's the honest truth: none of these systems have yet produced results that are consistent enough for us to put them in your hands, and that's a line we won't cross. We will never release a timing system unless we know without question that it meets the standard of reliability you expect from VectorVest. So while AI-generated market timing isn't ready for release today, the work continues. We have Brian, our brilliant data science and machine learning nerd, working on this, and when it's ready, it'll represent a powerful new tool to help you cut through the noise of human emotion and know confidently if this is a good time to be investing. Now, everything I've shared with you today, from Market Launchpad to the upcoming Edge Suite to our new AI-powered assistants, has one purpose: to carry forward our mission of delivering the best stock market guidance available anywhere at any price. We know many of you have been with VectorVest for years. You've trusted us to tell you when to buy, what to buy, and when to sell. That mission will never change. What's changing is how we deliver it in ways that are faster, easier to use, and available wherever you are. Now, your feedback helps shape every decision we make and will continue to guide us. Launchpad is live today, Market Edge is in progress, and Options Edge and Research Edge are on the horizon. Together, they'll form the most modern, accessible, and powerful investing platform we've ever built. This is just the beginning. With your input and support, we'll keep building the future of VectorVest, a future where our mission becomes your reality. Clear guidance, confident decisions and better results. Thank you for joining me in this very special presentation. And now back to you guys in Las Vegas.
All right. Awesome stuff, Paul. Thank you so much. He brought us back to Vegas when we first kind of showed that presentation. So really some exciting stuff, guys. I know you guys have a lot of questions on that. That is kind of the direction that we're going. We always get questions about, hey, how are you incorporating AI into your business model and into your program? And that's how we're doing it. So hopefully you guys are excited about that. Rick is back with me. We're going to kind of wrap things up a little bit, guys. I want to stick around for a few more minutes at the very end and answer some questions. A lot of you guys are having questions about that market launchpad. But how are we doing, Rick?
Good.
Good.
Good. So yeah, Joey, if we can go to the slides, we'll just take care of a few slides before hitting the Q&A. All right. Hopefully we're good. Have to deal with the delay. So I wasn't happy with that market timing slide for the US market. So many people, not just on the US side, but trade the US market. So I want to make sure we get that right. So here is a good image of the US market timing graph. You can see where resistance is, swing high from Friday. And you can see one of the things we didn't touch on was we got very close to losing the confirmed up call in the U.S. market right in around there and ended up being rescued. That buy to sell ratio got quite low when we were within a day of 2 weeks of the market being down week over week. But anyway, you can see the important levels in the US market. You can actually see nice old top here and a bit of a channel that the US market was in for a period of time there. All right, so those would be levels to look for support before we get down to those picked up by the default settings of the support resistance indicator. And we've got the subgraphs on here so you can see all of the market timing indicators hanging out above 1. You could see, once we did get close here, that buy to sell ratio did expand out nicely, and we can see RT moving up there as well. All right, so that's the US market timing graph. I just want to remind folks, if they weren't able to catch the special presentation from Friday yet, it was entitled, or is entitled, Putting Your Trading System into Action, and was presented by none other than Mr. Ryan Shook, who sometimes is a senior instructor and other times is a stock strategist. So we've got him as stock strategist this time around. All right, a little multiple personalities going on there with Ryan. All right, and then we'll bring Jerry back in.
Yes. So thanks, Rick. Yeah. Speaking of Vegas, we always want to say thank you to folks that join us either at a live seminar or even online. And we wanted to extend that offer to you folks here today. So anybody joining us here for the International User Group, we are extending a special $100 voucher good towards any coaching group subscription or the all access pass. So you can renew your coaching group subscription if you are currently on a coaching group subscription for $100 off. You do that now. You can see the offer. It does expire October 6th. Now, if you do renew your coaching group subscription, what we do is we tack on another year to your existing end date or your existing renewal. But this time, instead of renewing at the normal price, you could do that a little early if you do have some time left for $100 off. You can upgrade coaching group subscriptions as well. Use that voucher. So if you want to go from retirement coaching group to the swing trading coaching group, you can use the $100 voucher. Or if you're not on any coaching group, you can use that, of course, for that. And an all access pass, by the way, what that is it gives you access for 1 year to every educational course in the VectorVest University. All right, so you can use that $100 voucher there. But again, only good till October 6th. Okay, so we did extend it out there a couple of weeks for you guys specifically on this webinar. Okay. So that leaves me to a little bit of a Q&A, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed Paul's presentation. Some of the more common questions that are coming in, and I wanted to touch on a few of them. We don't necessarily have dates yet, guys, for any new release or any product upgrade, anything like that. So when new features are implemented, when new tiers are created, Paul talked about the VectorVest Edge, which is the next tier that the development team is working on, which will give you most, if not all, of the functionality that you currently enjoy within the VectorVest 7 platform. If you've been in market Launchpad already, you know that it is scaled down compared to the VectorVest 7 program. So those will be coming. Those new tiers will be coming. The new features that we bring out, those are coming. So we'll let you know when those are available. While there's no dates right now, we are working towards implementing all of those new features. As far as the Canadian version, there is no date currently, but we are working towards the other markets as well. Little bit ways down the road, but that is coming as well. But again, no dates for it. Some of you guys were asking about mirrored portfolios. That is currently available in the Market Launchpad. So when you go to the My Portfolio section and you create a portfolio, you can mirror your current portfolio in any of the major brokerages. If you don't see your brokerage listed in the on the interface there, kind of right at front and center, we have a search bar at the top where you could search for it. Somebody asked about Charles Schwab. Didn't see it in the list. Just search for it and you'll get it. It'll come up there. It is not available for Canadian users. No, John. Okay. So we are again just looking right now at the U.S. market. We are building the different tiers for the U.S. market, and then we'll move on to the other markets. Okay. Let's see. Any other questions, guys, about anything that we talked about today? Bill's asking, do you have a favorite Unisearch for bottom fishing that you may have incorporated to been viewing? I like best of the biggies divided by RT, one of my better bottom fishing strategies there. Okay. Let's see. Would Launchpad allow us to load a watch list or quick test into the performance charts without manually entering stocks? Like I said, in the VectorVest Edge platform, all of the functionality in VectorVest 7 will be available in the Market Edge. I'm not 100% sure about the different little mini features within the platform, but once those features are created and put into the program, we'll let you guys know. Okay. Your current portfolio in the Genius is most likely already in the Market Launchpad. So if you go to the My Portfolio section, when I go to My Portfolios in the Market Launchpad, I see a lot of the portfolios that are in my VectorVest 7. So they've already been brought over. No robo trading portfolios, but Genius portfolios should already be in Market Launchpad. Okay. All right, let's see. Steven's asking, what are the differences since Tampa? I think the mirrored portfolios is the big difference since the Tampa 2-day. The graphing features as well, functionality has changed as well. So there are some enhancements to the current features that we demonstrated in Tampa. So you got it. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to bring Rick back in. We are going to wrap up today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's session. We want to say thank you to you guys for being here, and we'll see you again next month. Thanks for being here, Rick.
So Jerry, I had to dial back a bit just to catch this, but yet another great success story of what folks are able to do with VectorVest. So Gerald did have a question in there, and he did mention he manages 6 accounts.
Yes.
I'm not sure if that was supposed to be a 1 or if you're going well beyond 10 million, Gerald, but I've made lots of money with VectorVest in 25 years. So I may hold 60 stocks or have my own ETF of 200 stocks. Will it handle this many stocks?
I'm sure it will. I don't see a reason why it wouldn't be able to handle stocks. We track 9,000. They're in the program. So creating a portfolio of 60 stocks or even a couple of 100 stocks, if you choose to go that route, I don't see an issue with that at all.
All right. So, well, folks, once again, we want to thank everybody for sharing part of their weekend with us. So this will bring this international forum to a close. As usual, we want to thank everybody for joining us. And if you do have any issues, have any questions at all, don't hesitate to reach out to product support and training at 1-888-658-7638. We've got the local US number there as well. As I mentioned, the replay will be available on the VectorVest YouTube channel right after the webinar as well. And just wanted to remind folks, we have the support email down at the bottom, support@vectorvest.com. We also have Ray's email, rayc@vectorvest.com. And just want to remind everybody once again, if you have any ideas for upcoming forums, and it doesn't matter, folks, if you have ideas but don't necessarily want to present, you can share those ideas with us, with Ray, and we'll look at getting something put together. If you do want to present, you can let us know that as well. And that can be an option, but
Yeah, so we
way,
did. Yeah, thanks for that, Rick. We did get some feedback from you guys about wanting to, present some ideas. We posted it on Facebook. We didn't get much response from anybody. So this is a call to anybody out there that is interested in delivering a presentation. Please let us know. Email Ray. We've kind of thrown out some feelers, but haven't gotten any bites yet. We'd love for someone to come in and share their ideas with you, with us and everybody. So please do that. If you have any suggestions on topics to present and you'd like to do it yourself, we'd love to have you. So email Ray c@vectorvest.com with any increase.
Yeah, sounds good. And Marty, Governor, you and I still need to make a date to discuss some of the strategies you talked about. So we will do that as well. All right. So with all of that said, once again, thanks for tuning in, folks, and spending part of your weekend with us. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. All kinds of things going on. We've got Major League Baseball playoffs. We've got college football, NFL. We've got NHL, as well as other things. And of course, I was reminded yesterday that this coming week, not this weekend, but the next weekend is going to be Thanksgiving weekend in Canada. So the week after will be a short trading week in the Canadian market. All right, but thanks for tuning in from all around the VectorVest world. Stay safe and healthy out there and have a great rest of your week. And we'll catch you back in the markets next week. Bye for now, folks.